Salutations, my fellow dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to Paper Mario. Last time, we met up with the Star Spirits and learned of our initial goal. Rescue the 7 Star Spirits throughout the Mushroom Kingdom and defeat Bowser. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Today, we're going to be exploring this, the Toad Town that, we just finally reached. This is the main hub area of the game. As I mentioned, previously, that's the end there. You go to sleep, as I mentioned before. Here's the post office. Now, this is something I actually found out recently. If you talk to, this guy over here... Yes, hello, this is the post office. You can read any letters that arrive for you, or for other party members. Please drop in by now and then to check and see if you've received any mail. If you ever... as you stop here every once in a while, with your party members, like when you do, you'll receive mail from different NPCs throughout the game. For Goombario, you actually got a letter from Red and Blue Goomba. I figured you were just some punk Goomba hanging around with Mario. Anyway, you proved yourself to us, and you should show us that being good is as important as being strong. When you come back, do you think maybe we could be friends? We'll be waiting. You always want to come back here just to get... It's all flavor text. There's no real reason to do it. But I think that's a nice attention to detail. Like, all the characters actually... It's like, they actually sort of care about you. Sort of is stretching it, I suppose. That area is not really available to us. They're opening up a shop right now, but we're not going to be able to exactly visit it until after Chapter 1 is completed. This girl, Minty, M-I-N-H-T, I really don't... I understand the H is silent, but I don't know, it's weird spelling. Anyway, she's going to play a very important role for us. She told us that we should gather special seeds to grow flowers from these things called bulbs. Yeah. So we gotta be on the lookout for those. Now, up here on the left side of town, this here is the dojo. The dojo is home to a few optional boss fights. You don't really get any incentive for defeating them all. At least I didn't think so. Apparently, they do serve a purpose a little later, but... I sort of lost my train of thought. I'm not going to be doing it right now. I wanted to save that for after Chapter 1. Nothing's stopping you from starting the dojo now, because the first opponent is very easily beatable, for reasons I'll get into when I get to that point. Here's the shop. If you want to buy something, you check out the item, and then you can just purchase it. Then there's also selling, checking, and claiming. When you sell an item, you'll get a fraction of the money back that you would initially pay for it. Checking. They can hold up to 32 items of your inventory. So if you need something for safekeeping until later on in the game, give it to them, they'll take it for you. Now this guy, if I remember his name, Rusty. If you ever just want to learn some tips about the game, or just, I guess, more flavor text about the world around you, you go to him. He'll teach you a few things. He actually teaches you about the spin dash, which you probably wouldn't know on your own for your first time playing. Unless if you were just that curious with all the buttons and you just found it out by complete accident. Anyway, that's all there is to see, really, in Toad Town. Unfortunately, the south area is blocked off until after Chapter 1, so we won't be able to explore that until then. Horse! Wait a minute. The face seems very familiar to me. Oh, maybe. No. Yes, it must be. You're Mario. I've been waiting for you. You should have come earlier. Well, you're here now. Come in. Where to begin? My name is Merlin. I am a wizard. When I was reading the stars the other day, an oracle came to me. What I discovered is very important, and it concerns you. But before I tell you about it, there are other things of which I must speak. It's a very long story, but I'll try to shorten it. Where should I start? It was in the old days. One of my ancestors was up on Shooting Star Summit, and as usual. But one day it happened. Suddenly, a great appeared, and I, standing face to face. This joke seems to be a running gag for the Paper Mario series, where the NPCs will just sort of go on and on and on and on with their story, and Mario would just eventually fall asleep. I kind of would have liked a time card thing to pop up. I probably should have edited that in now that I think about it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll probably edit it in the next one. And that is all that matters. Hey, Mario, were you listening to me? And Mario's just like, yeah, sure, totally. So anyway, that is why I'm able to help you. If you get lost during your adventure, you can come to me. I can predict the path you should take for a small price. If you ever get lost in the game, which, assuming you're using my Let's Play as a guide, it won't be necessary. But if you are playing on your own, and you do get lost at any point, you can go to him, pay him 5 coins, and he will tell you of your next destination. Now that we've done that, it's time to start heading towards our next area, which is Koopa Village. It's way too dangerous. Going to Koopa Bros Fortress would be a huge mistake. Definitely don't go. Most of all, though, you shouldn't go ask Old Man Merlin for help. That would be really bad news for us. I mean, for you. Don't even think about it. Okay, these toads are very suspicious. I wonder what gave it away. Come again? Strange toads blocking the east side of Toad Town. That shouldn't be. That's ridiculous. Such a thing has never been heard of. Never. I'll get to the bottom of this. Follow me over there. I'll see what's going on. I don't know what was a more vague hint. The fact that they're of a much darker color tone than the other toads. Or the fact they're speaking very, I can't think of the word. You aren't toads, are you? We don't know what you're talking about. I love their little hand motions, like they're just like, come off me, bro. Reveal your true selves. Just as I thought, you're the Koopa Brothers. How'd you guess it was us? We were perfectly disguised. Shucks. Black, yellow, green. We retreat. For now. Such original names. Red, yellow, black, and green. You couldn't think of better names. Oh, Mario, there's one part of your fortune I haven't revealed. To get to the Koopa Bros Fortress, you'll need help from a blue-shelled Koopa. This is a strange port. In Koopa Village, you might find something that'll clear it up. I must return home now. Alright, so apparently I kind of was ignoring the fact that I actually lost a bit of health and FP earlier when I was fighting on my way here. So I just decided to take a nap. I was like, oops. But now we can actually start the first chapter proper. Storming Koopa Bros Fortress. I love how they keep the, how they have a shadow of the enemy, even though we already know what it is. But speaking of enemies, we got a new one to go over. Koopas! Alright, I am going to be using Goombario's Tattle ability for this, but I guess let me give you the rundown for the Koopas. 4 HP, 1 attack, 1 defense. When you jump on them, they become, their defense goes 0, and they cannot move for a turn. And every time you jump on them, that essentially wastes another turn. Because they take it, whenever you jump on them and have them land on their back, they'll always, they'll spend a turn struggling to get up. If you don't do anything, before their next turn, they'll be able to get themselves up. And since they have a defense of 1, don't use your hammer, it'll do less damage. For some reason, they increased their damage output to 2 in the next game. Well, I really can't imagine why. Well, I guess there is one reason, but that's for a later time. Alright, we got the Dizzy Attack badge. I believe I think it's a dash technique. When you equip it and you dash near an enemy, you'll cause it to get dizzy, and it'll sort of, will be a little spaced out, or it'll be in a haze, and it won't be able to actually attack you. The item we got earlier is called the Fright Jar. It's basically an instant KO move for all the enemies, technically speaking. What it does is it scares all the enemies away and they just run away. I don't think you gain any experience from it though, so I don't necessarily recommend using it. And if we go over here, you'll notice a star piece. Unfortunately, it's out of reach, so we're gonna have to come back for that later. And we have another sleepy time, which I'm never going to use. We actually got a lot of battles going on here. There's a good number of fights before you actually get to the next destination. And we got a coin block here, so I'm gonna just hit this block over and over again. So we got the Koopa Bros Fortress to the right and the Koopa Village down south. Now, this is actually really cool. I love it. I love little hidden stuff like this in Mario games. If you run around this little pole, I guess, it'll release a bunch of hearts while playing a 64 version of the Power Star theme. Or at least a Paper Mario rendition of it. I thought it was really nice. This game's got a few more Easter eggs that I'll be showing off later. Now, if you hit those blocks in the right order, you're supposed to be able to get a badge from it. Unfortunately, I did it in the incorrect order. Can it be? Are you Mario? Welcome to Koopa Village. I wish we could welcome you, but we're in big trouble. Can't you see what kind of madness is going on? Well, not really. The camera's too close to you. You do know what fuzzies are like, don't you, Mario? They look like this. Mean guys. They're really naughty. And apparently these guys like to take Koopa shells from them. That's really rude. Unfortunately, I don't have the time for that because I want to get this badge. So, 1, 3, 2, and there you go. Now you got Attack FX B. And now since I neglected to equip the first badge, I decided to show it off. I don't know why one of the badges makes it sound like a kazoo. It's really strange. But Koopa Village seems to be in a lot of trouble, but I don't feel like it. I think I'm done for the day. So next time on Paper Mario, we're actually gonna stop the whole fuzzy disaster that's going on in Koopa Village, and we'll find this blue shell Koopa that Merlin spoke of. So until then, I got a juice.